All right, thanks for tuning in for my overview of Studio-Ryu.com, my portfolio site. We're going to start off here with going through to the portfolio link. Now, I've got a vast body of work that's spanning like well over 20 years, so I'm not going to be able to go through everything. I don't think that would be prudent or a good waste of anybody's time. I will do my best to highlight, uh, some of the great pieces that I have been a part of or that I've done. Underneath, when you click on the portfolio link, you will open up the other links to graphic design, illustration, interactivities, as well as a submenu under new media, under web design here. Okay, the web design here. And it goes from let's see, ascending order. So basically, this is my earlier work, right? And I did some work for Platinum Romance, which was one of the first online dating sites. I wore many hats. I was the designer, the developer, the web designer, the illustrator, the game developer. I did 2D design as well. So I basically did a whole revamp to their website, and as far as the look and feel, and then that's where I actually really started to cut my teeth with learning PHP. My website is powered by PHP and MySQL, as you can see here below. I list the tools that I'm using to build the site, and I've had this site. It's gone through different iterations of looks since 1995. I am due for a new design. And then again, I'm heavily into the martial arts community. I don't like really bringing that up, especially in corporate settings, because people get weird about that. I don't know why, but I think it's prudent because this is some of my clients and even my own work. My instructor, I basically took over and redid his site and this site actually. I made it so he had his own CMS or custom content management system. And I mean, it had dynamic content. I connected set up its SSL and gateway connections for online transactions via PayPal and Authorize.net, email catcher, newsletter engine, dynamic articles, dynamic galleries. Again, it was PHP, MySQL, JavaScript, Photoshop, and I've made it so that if there's more information, then there's a drop down that you can access to read up on more information on that specific site. Now, some of these sites are no longer defunct. I still do archive the code, and a lot of the Photoshop work that I did. This is for a local pub, Irish theme pub. This client I really enjoyed working with. Got a lot of work from this individual, and again, a lot of different dynamic amenities I was able to sell to this particular client, and again utilizing Flash and Photoshop as well. So again, many of these sites unfortunately are no longer active anymore. They've got moved on to different iterations or whichever, and that's just what happens with technology. This is my first I got a degree in e-commerce, and this is my own website, which was the first online subscription-based martial arts website back in the early 2000s. And again, I did everything on there: the design, the back end, even the content, and it was subscription-based. So, I had a few members actually sign up. All I really wanted to do after my associate's degree in e-commerce was just earn $1 off of a website I built, and I maintained this for a while. And now everybody and their mother seems to have some sort of online subscription-based, martial arts site. But this was one of the first. Was collegeakduniversity.com. So again, more work that I've done for people over the years. Language Sprout is another website that I built. A lot of amenities. This was an online language school with a login section for parents to check the progress and download flashcards. It was multilingual. I think it was, if I remember correctly, Chinese, Spanish, French, Let's see, I think there was another one. But again, the oddcast with the animated avatars that you could actually talk, I incorporated that on this client site. Uh, so this was actually a beautiful site, and I did a lot of nice work for this company. Again, a lot of it built from scratch. Let's see, uh, Masters Online, Weavewood. It's one of my first sites, but it was a site proposal. Oops, okay, the site may not come up. So Weavewood is I actually have one of these bowls here, and I got to know the family of the people that founded Weavewood here in Minnesota, and they had very good products. I wish I had more. Very good close friend of mine passed recently, and I believe her mother also passed. She was my client at the time, so I was able to kind of. They wanted a website, needed to upgrade some things, and since I was a friend of the family, it didn't go anywhere, unfortunately. But this was a site proposal built out of Flash. So again, lots of martial arts sites, heavily in the martial arts community. Some other work I did for another company. This is beautiful design work. My art director for this company, Neva, uh, uh, I liked working with her. She was very good with design, very good. I really learned a lot and appreciated working with her. So this is an example where on these examples, I will say on the credits, the design by the individual, and then I put it to code. So I did the CSS or the HTML, if any extra amenities, whether it be graphical or whatnot, I could do in Photoshop or Illustrator, and then made a page out of it. I could work with a team or work with another designer or developer to build sites. Again, Language Sprout, another e-commerce site version of that site. Some landing pages. Again, working with a art director who actually created the artwork, and they wanted this to be quite pixel perfect, but still be on a digitized format. And so I can work under very exacting parameters, which it's sometimes it's like that. And so these are very cool pages to work with. A lot of the links, some of the links are active. And so yeah, I just did work for General Mills as well. And so yeah, I've just got just a large body of work. Here's a bilingual site that is actually active. IamKitchenWitchin.com, that is using again MySQL and PHP, but it is both bilingual in that the client can enter in the English and Japanese translation for the verbalized sections of the site, and the end user can toggle between either or. So again, just a ton of work under web design. That's what I do. I just kind of tinker around in the digital realm is what I like to do. So we'll go up to user experience design. We'll just kind of go in reverse order. And on this page, again, I don't want to go march through every single one. But going from my earlier work, I'm using Axure RP, which is one of the first kind of prototyping sites. I think one of the better ones. I do have video that walks through the sites or these prototypes. Oftentimes, because of the video capture program I'm using right now, you are unable to hear any audio that I'm giving. But I have, if I haven't been able to supply the link to the actual prototype itself, I have provided a video. Again, here's an Adobe XD wireframe for IamKitchenWitchin, the bilingual site I showed you earlier. Again, real-time, real-world work that I did using Adobe XD for the last company I worked for. Some other case studies using Figma. Again, these are all videos. Did the prototype for the last company I worked for, their touchscreen GUI, which was interesting work, which is fun, interesting work. And this definitely was a project that had to be bilingual. I mean, not bilingual, excuse me, multilingual, and so the interface had to be able to accommodate, uh, you know, let's, for example, from English to Chinese to Japanese to German, right? And German is notorious for using, almost every word in the alphabet for one small word. And I'm being cheeky when I say that, but I have worked on brochures and things like that that are bilingual, English and German, and I know the pains of trying to typeset using German in a bilingual publication. So that's why I'm familiar with being able to create interfaces that can expand or contract based on the language that is being shown. And then here's some of the more Figma prototypes that I've worked on, and that are actually accessible via a phone device. Again, not sure if the audio can show up on here, but there is audio, and I think on my YouTube channel you should be able to see this actual specific one I talk about in a separate video. Let's see, there will be a part 2 to this video. So multimedia. Multimedia I really enjoy. Again, prior to the internet, I think multimedia had a different meaning. It was kind of audio visual, where you're incorporating the audio and the visual, and maybe slides and putting it to music and things like that. I built a shopping cart widget, kind of a case study, but a proposal to a friend for selling Benchmade knives. This is a Play-Doh learning quiz where the user could interact with this, and this was using Flash and ActionScript. Learning literacy was a quiz, and it was using Macromedia Director's lingo. And again, there's videos to these. If there's the icon down here with the camera icon, that means there's a video for it. Again, I'm working with in a company called Learning Outfitters. I worked with some very good world-class illustrators. Even though I could have done the same thing, I was hired to do the back end, the Flash, and the Flash work, the director work. Some of the animation, but for the most part, in this example, the illustrators created the background, and then this is a K through 8, excuse me, subscription as a service business-based company I work for. And so these are little learning modules that people or clients would subscribe to and be able to teach, either homeschool, or a teacher could supplement the education with their students through these little applications. So PR chat is something where I was using real-time two-way communication with the server and a live streaming server, and it was using the tools that I used was Macromedia Director, Macromedia Multi-Use Server, Lingo, Photoshop, Illustrator, Flash, and PHP. And this was something that was used for the online chat for the Platinum Romance company I worked for, now defunct, that we were working on, where you could chat, you could have avatars, you could send people kisses or hugs, you could invite them to a new room just for private chat. I developed a tic-tac-toe game, was working on a Connect 4 game, and one of my coworkers was actually going to the University of Minnesota for a degree in math. So we were actually working, before the company went defunct, we were actually working on a chess game. So this is kind of one of my crowning achievements. And yeah, there's just a ton of cool stuff using a array of different mediums to create products that actually people used and worked. And this one is use Play-Doh learning. Again, animation I didn't do the artwork, although I could have, but this incorporates a lot of the Flash work that I did.
Research. 5 key principles drove the development of Mathematics Series 2 instruction. Assessments available at the strand level. The discussions will evolve and student and internalized by learner.